What we have here is a Saff Polo, as it's called. It's made by Saff Enterprises. It is what you would call an Emperor knockoff. As you can see here, you have two pull chains, one for the light, and one for the fan. The light is, of course, one of those flat, shallow, low-profile glows with a nice elongated fitter. I love those. Canopy is bell, obviously. Down rod is 3/4 inch. Okay. Found this off Craigslist for free, along with some piece of crap of which is going to be destroyed. Anyway, let's see how this thing performs, shall we? Starting on low. When I got it, the bearings were hissy. Annoyingly hissy. But a few drops of SAE 20 oil quieted them down considerably. So now it's just a light rumble of sorts. Very light, very barely audible. It has a large motor, about 188 millimeter. The fan's label is actually on the side of the spinner motor, which is cast aluminum, so you have to open the housing up in order to know what it is, really. Kind of weird. This one is a J-hook fan. This is a very, very early Saff. Like I said, the motor is a very weird cast aluminum with an odd speckled paint job on it. Like a blotchy black. Let's see what it does on medium. The speeds on the motor are coil taps. They're not capacitor based. So it hums more in reverse. Or not in reverse, it hums more on lower speeds rather than high. With capacitor-based lower speeds, it's usually the opposite. High speed's a little hummy, the lower speeds are quiet, but not in this case. I want to say the fan has a 13.5 degree blade pitch, something around that. The label has it rated for 200 RPMs. So if you do the math, this thing should move a considerable amount of air for what it is. So let's see if it's up to snuff. And sure enough, it is. This thing, unlike many Emperor knockoffs and such, made around the same time, this thing actually is both fast and effective. So it's got a relatively good blade pitch with a good RPM, so this thing is actually a very good performer, considering that Saffs in general were a bit cheaper than other brands at the time. A bit lower quality control, but no. I guess this is back when they were actually half decent. down now. Normally with these elongated fitters, the pull chain is in the fitter itself, not in the housing. Bit strange. When I got it, it was covered in cigarette tar, like tobacco tar. So it actually looked like it was antique copper, which excited me for a split second until I realized exactly what it was. Well, a couple cleansings with simple green later, and looks better. Let's get that light back on. Let's now reverse the fan. Now, we're going to start it from reverse high. And as you can see, starts up pretty quickly. Whoops. Don't want to do that. Now do I? No. Okay, let it coast down again. Saffs in general are not overly common fans, probably due to how crappy they pretty much were. Early Saffs like this one are even less so. So, finding this was a bit of a treat, let alone free. So. You can see the vents that are pretty much on the bottom face of the spinner motor. I find that to be a bit interesting. And there you have it, a Saff Polo.